The journey of going pro in any sport has its common barriers. But for kids like Joseph Brown, the biggest barrier he'll face is the law. According to Section 83 of the Criminal Code of Canada, competitive kickboxing is illegal for the severe injuries it may cause. However, both Brown and professional kickboxer Josh Johnsey believe it's time for that to change.
In kickboxing, the first thing they teach you is how to, defend yourself. That's what most kickboxing instructors do, unless they're not a good instructor. They teach you how to defend yourself, hit, and not get hit. And that's like what I get taught. So that's why I'm not really afraid of the risk and stuff. I've never gotten knocked out. Probably won't ever get, because I rarely ever get hit in matches.
Well, it's important to be able to compete, here for him now, under 18, so he can get that experience to be able to turn professional when he can. It's important for him to be able to compete locally, so he can, first of all, build a name, second of all, get a base of knowledge and experience as a professional, rather than having to travel overseas and fight in massive shows and against big names when he doesn't have the experience yet. In fact, it's more dangerous for him to do that.
Now, just these two gloves and headgear are what protect the kickboxer from any injury. Now, according to medical research, the greatest risk a kickboxer can face is brain trauma. But is that enough to make it illegal?
You have risk in everything that you do, whether you're playing hockey, you're playing football, you're playing soccer, you have risk of injury in any way. It's the same with kickboxing as well. The only thing is with kickboxing is you only have one opponent to focus on.
As of right now, the only option for Brown to compete competitively would be overseas like Johnsey. Aware of the challenges of going out with no proper experience, a petition has been put together to push the government to legalize the sport. Just over 2,000 signatures are still needed. With high hopes, Brown continues to train alongside Johnsey as they fight for their rights to compete here in Canada. Anmol Aujla, BCIT Magazine.
Students like Harjan are typically put on a narrower line. But the question is, when will the school board guarantee a stronger system for these students? This is Anmol Aujla in Surrey for BCIT Magazine.
For the many Lower Mainlanders heading to the States to get gas, they're not only filling up their tanks, they're filling up jerry cans.
Just for cost efficiency right now, right? As in Canada, how the prices are going up so high.
On May 2nd, two cars collided just north of the Canadian border. The two vehicles erupted into flames, with clouds of black smoke drifting off into the air. Police are currently investigating whether or not jerry cans filled with gas were involved.
Unfortunately, the driver of the van died at the scene.
According to Transport Canada, it's not illegal to fill up the cans. However, there are multiple restrictions. Under the rules for transportation of dangerous goods, gasoline can be carried in one or more small containers. 150 liters is the allowable limit. However, the gas must be distributed between 6 different cans of 25 liters each. Failure to disclose could lead to a fine of up to $1,000. Many Canadians feel the rules to travel with jerry cans should be tightened.
Well, I think there should be a limit, something that's less dangerous, but I'm not sure how much. I'm just certain that you can't be driving a fuel truck,
Probably, I imagine it's probably considered to be traveling with hazardous materials, right? How does it go? Transporting hazardous goods.
Right now, there are no changes in sight, but drivers are being warned to stock up at their own risk. Anmol Aujla in Blaine for BCIT Magazine.
So Anmol, what is considered illegal transportation of gasoline?
Well, if you carry more than 25 liters within one can, that would be considered illegal. You must also declare the cans when returning back from the States.
And have there been any updates on last Thursday's accident?
Police are still investigating the cause of the fire, but the driver of the Porsche has been released. The victim of the crash has been identified as Pastor Tom Chung from Port Moody. Back to you.
Thanks, Anmol.